Matt, so one thing that you do on your channel that I really like is you break down kind of like what people can do with OpenClaw, kind of giving them a blueprint for getting started and getting set up. When you talk to people out there who are watching your stuff, where do they get stuck? Going from, okay, I want to try this out, I've heard about it, to I can't quite make it work. Where do they, where's the falling down point, if you will?
I actually think the falling down is kind of discovering the use cases that make sense for their life. That's why I've been just exploring so many different use cases, trying to document them, trying to put them out there. People kind of understand the gist of how this works. You have a Telegram or a WhatsApp personal assistant built in, stored locally on your computer. You can do anything with it, but what is that anything? And I think like discovering what those actual use cases are, those are the questions that I personally get all the time, not only from folks who watch my videos, but also my friends who are technical enough to get this installed.
I see. And what percentage of your friends do you think are technical enough to get this installed? Just if you had to put a number on it for fun.
10%. And it, when quote unquote normies, I don't think it's quite ready for them yet. Again, like if you can vibe code, if you are decent at vibe coding, you can absolutely use OpenClaw. But I think for the vast majority of people, it's not ready yet.
Yeah, I agree with that. Jason, if you had to put a guess on how many of your friends could set up OpenClaw today, friends thinking broadly, not just your tech friends, but just your social circle, what percent could pull it off without you swooping in to save the day and help them out?
I'm running a pretty high velocity startup right now. The amount of time I'm catching up with friends is limited these
Sorry,
days
I did
on
assume you still had friends.
extracurricular.
I should
I
have
have
known
them
better than asking
somewhere.
a founder.
I have them somewhere. Pretty small. I mean, some people will mention it here and there we have catch up conversations, but it's a really small percentage outside of techie founder type friends.
Every major advancement we've seen in AI really comes down to better and more refined data, from autonomous vehicles to humanoid robots to LLM chatbots that we use every day, day in and day out. And when models are trained on high quality, diverse, real world data sets, well, they get smarter and they get smarter faster and it's more reliable. That's why Uber has introduced AI solutions to help your company build great AI products on top of world class data. Now, obviously, Uber has mastered the art of data collection and labeling. They're using it right now. Millions of trips around the world every hour. And Uber has an international collective of experts that is going to help you source, label, and evaluate real world high quality data on the scale that best fits your project, whether that's super broad or hyper niche. You can get on with the real job, building the next best thing, and have Uber as your partner for data. Book your demo today by going to uber.com/twist. That's uber.com/TWIST.